Are you looking for COVID-friendly service projects for your Pathfinders? Keep watching. Hi everyone, this is Audra with Pathfinder Strong, and today I want to talk to you about service projects or outreach. You know, when COVID happened, it really put a kibosh on a lot of the service projects that we were doing. Something our club was doing is we had adopted a nursing home, and well, you can't go there anymore, not safely, and some other things that just we couldn't do. So we started thinking about what we could still do for an outreach that was COVID appropriate. You know, during this time, people have lost a lot of their connections. A lot of our older people don't feel safe to go out and about in the community, to come to church. They're stuck at home. Or even people that aren't necessarily elderly but have some underlying conditions that make it so they can't leave their house or they can't come to church. They've lost all those connections with their church family, which can be really devastating to them. So one thing we decided to do was to systematically reach out to those folks to give them back some connection with the church and let them know that someone still cares about them. So working with our church clerk and just kind of word of mouth, we made up a spreadsheet with a list of about 30 individuals or couples in our church that we knew had underlying health conditions or were elderly and therefore would be stuck at home and not attending church services in person. That's the list we started with, and then it grew. We started finding out people that said, hey, could you put this person on the list? Or, hey, let's put this person on the list. And it was just people that maybe lived alone or for some reason or other just needed some extra connection. So here's how this works. So we have this spreadsheet of list of names and addresses. And on the spreadsheet, we made columns like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. And we would do like 5-week chunks where for 5 weeks, a different kid would write to that person. So they would get 5 letters over a 5-week period. So we would try and work it out so that those 5 letters that they got in that 5-week period of time were from 5 different kids. So our club was virtual during this time. So what we would do is put the spreadsheet up on the screen during our Zoom call. We would screen share that and let the kids just kind of peruse that. And in their mind, they would think, okay, this is the person I want. Here's my first choice and second choice. And then we would just call on different families to unmute themselves. And the kids would just say to us, I want this family, I want this family. And as they're telling me what family they want, I would put their name in the column for whatever week we were on. So if we were on week 3 and, you know, one of our kids said, I want Betty and Bill, then I would put their name next to Betty and Bill for week 3. And then we had them ready with a notebook and pen where they would quickly write down the address. And then that became a little time consuming. So we started saying, well, if you have an iPad or a phone, or you can go grab your mom's phone. And then we would just have them snap a picture of the screen to get their person's address, which sped that up a lot. Most kids had their own paper and envelopes and stamps, but we also helped kids out with getting those supplies if they needed it. Now, one thing we found out is our kids had no idea how to write a letter. They had no idea how to correctly address an envelope. So we had to have a little training session on how to write just a basic letter like dear so-and-so, and then you write what are some things you can put in a letter. And we kind of had sentence frames and ideas of things that they could write in their letter, and then we show them, you know, how you sign it, sincerely, whoever. And then we had to show them where they put their address and what that should look like, and where you put the person that it's going to, and how that should look like, and where you put the stamp. We had to teach them all that kind of things, because letter writing these days is kind of a lost art. So we offered bonus points to the kids for actually writing their letter and mailing it off. So what we did is we would say, hey, take a picture of yourself, either a selfie holding up your envelope that's all ready to go, or have your parent take a picture of you putting your envelope in the mailbox. And then we had a place where they would post those on social media. And once they posted their picture verifying that they did mail their letter, we would award them the bonus points. Okay, now the coolest part of this whole project was people started writing back to our kids. You would not believe how excited our Pathfinders were getting over getting a return letter in the mail. Some kids had never gotten mail really before. So to get that letter from somebody that they wrote to, was just so exciting. In fact, some of our kids are still pen paling back and forth with a couple different families in our church. And, it was interesting as we went through the weeks and months. We've been doing this since, we've been doing this 6 or 8 months now. And it's interesting because the kids learn which people on the list are really good about writing back to them, and that's the people that get picked first on the list. So we try to get them to branch out and pick different people each time so that everybody can have a chance to write to the church members who are really good about writing back letters, and it's just really exciting for them. I hope that you and your club are considering doing some kind of an outreach project. With this one, we saw a lot of benefits during the pandemic. Just keeping the cohesiveness of the church. Some of those people that might have slipped through the cracks didn't, because I think they knew, hey, somebody in the church is still thinking about me and still cares about me because I'm getting these letters. It was great for our kids to learn that lost art of letter writing that they might not have otherwise. And, just giving them that thrill of getting those letters in return was just really, that's not why we were doing the project, but it was just like icing on the cake. If you've come up with some unique outreach ideas to do during the COVID pandemic with your club, I would love to hear about them. It's great when we get ideas from each other, and I hope you'll share them. Please don't forget to like this video. Please comment with those ideas. Please subscribe and then share this video with other people you think might benefit with it. God bless you in your Pathfinder ministry. See you next time.